Guys, what is going on? It's Jack here again, and today we're going to talk about something a little bit different, and that's the 3 main reasons why I think people fail selling on Amazon. Now, before we get into them, I'd just like to say, if you are looking to start selling on Amazon, you're already doing so, you might have heard a lot of people and a lot of pessimism around selling on Amazon because they put it around the whole category of making money online, and they even put in the category of getting these getting rich quick schemes. And I can tell you firsthand from experience, selling on Amazon isn't just a get rich quick scheme. It is a downright actual profitable business that you can scale, and there's methods behind it, and there's methods behind what you need to do to actually become successful at it. So if you're serious about making a passive income, and you're serious about escaping the 9 to 5 and being your own boss, or even if you're just passionate about wanting a second lot of income, if you're, let's just say, if you have kids and you want to support your family and you need more income than what your job's giving you, you can either have it as just extra couple of $100 a week, or you can have it as far of making more than $1,000 per week, and having it overtake your current job, and then you can actually escape the 9 to 5. You can basically fire your boss, and then you can be your own boss, and you can have that passive income there, and then you can have time to do what you want, whether that's just spending time on your own, whether that's spending time with your kids, or whatnot. That's basically the whole beauty of Amazon, and that's basically why I'm telling you guys that it can be done, and to basically not listen to all the pessimism, and not listen to all those people who say that it can't be done, because one, they're either people who haven't even tried it, and they're just basically people who look at the glass half empty, and they just think that something like that can't be done, or two, they're people that have tried it themselves, and it hasn't worked out for them. They probably tried to put up a few units, or they probably tried their first product and it didn't work, and then they just gave up. So really, I'm living proof of people who can actually make a living in, a livable income selling on Amazon. Like I said, with my first product, I made $3K in 1 month, and that's actually, that's more than some people's current jobs. And obviously, you aim to make more than $3K per month if if you've got a family. You're basically looking to make around the $3,000 to $5,000, maybe even more. Depend your personal preference on that, but look, it can be done, and it's not just me that's doing it. You look at the amount of numbers of sellers out there that are making over $100,000 per year just selling on Amazon. It is very viable to make an actual profitable brand out of it, and actually build a business around selling on Amazon, and that's how you truly live passively. So it can be done. I'm just basically telling you guys to not listen to all the pessimists, and not listen to all the negativity around the subject. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Amazon selling is real, especially in 2018. There's no better time to do it than now. So without further ado, let's get into this video. The first reason why I think people fail on selling on Amazon is hesitation. And this is hesitation with anything. And this is basically, if you haven't started, people hesitate in investing in something like a course, or, people hesitate in, even learning off free videos on YouTube, or learning off, learning any information at all, because they most likely don't think that it's going to work. And then hesitation comes into things like investing into their first product, or going for high amounts of PPC, paying for your advertising, and just basically hesitating about it all because they don't think it's going to work. Look, I'm going to put it into perspective for you. Let's just say, very, very worst case scenario, this doesn't really happen to many people. Let's just say worst case scenario, you put $1,500 into a product. Let's just say your first order, you go all in, put $1,500 into it, even $2,000 into it, and you saved up that money, and you invested into your first product, and then let's just say 3 to 6 months go by, and you haven't really sold many at all, and you have to dispose of it, and then you end up losing the $1,500. What position does that put you in? And you're in the same position 3 months before that in your same job, and you're still saving back up that money, and then you can just save up that money and try again. It's not like there's a time limit for you to be able to do Amazon FBA. Worst case scenario is you end up losing the money, but it doesn't even happen in very many cases. In the worst scenario, in my experience, I've just sold out slowly, and you make that money back slowly. You just don't make that money back in 1 week to a month. So worst case scenario, in my opinion, you're just going to sell out really slowly. You have to drop your price, and then you slowly, make your money back and break even. So there's really no loss in going for it, and hesitation is one of the biggest killers of being a successful Amazon seller. Number 2, and this is a really, really big one, and it's being a perfectionist. Now, I know that I used to be one of these guys. Now, I used to look for products and I used to try and find the best-selling product. I used to try find the perfect product, and I used to, make sure all the numbers are right. I used to make sure that, all the reviews are right. I used to make sure that it was the absolutely perfect product that just could not be touched. And in reality, especially when you're first getting started, you're not going to find, you're going to find good products. You're going to find products that are going to have the right amount of views. And yes, you have to run the numbers on them, but nothing is going to be absolutely perfect. There's going to have to be work put into it, and there's going to be a few hiccups along the way, and there's going to be things that you have to learn from. It doesn't just go smooth sailing, when you start selling on Amazon. It just doesn't happen. And, being a perfectionist, you have to constantly, make sure. I remember with my first product, I had to make sure that the listing was right, and I had to make sure that, the keywords, I was going back and checking the keywords, and I was going back and checking the competitors and see what they were doing, and this was like every few hours, every day. And it's just not a healthy way to do things. There's no way that, especially on your first product, especially at least your first few products, there's no way that you're going to, make everything absolutely perfect and it's just going to all go smooth sailing. Even on my latest products, it just doesn't go perfectly. There's things that you have to work out, and there's things that you have to get around, there's things that you have to learn. So, being a perfectionist is another big killer when it comes to selling on Amazon. Basically, my advice on that is to just go right into it, and don't worry about the little stuff. Make sure that all your numbers check out. Make sure that it's obviously not patented or restricted, or make sure that you can actually sell the product. Obviously, you make sure that you have your your checklist all done, and make sure that all the numbers check out. But other than that, just basically get in there and launch your product. So 1, stop hesitating, and 2, stop being a perfectionist about it. Just go in there and just do it, because it's the only way you're going to learn. It's the only way how I learn. If I, with my personal selling experience, if I just went out there and tried to make every single thing perfect, I wouldn't have even started, and I wouldn't have been where I am today. And the third reason why people fail, and this is basically the biggest one in my opinion, is giving up, if they fail. Let's just say, I do know of a few people who have basically gone in and they've done their first product, hasn't gone, how they've wanted to, and it's not like it hasn't even sold at all. It's like that, they've only sold, let's just say, a few units a month, and they've had a bad experience with it, and then what do? They just give up. And when it comes down to it, if you want to be successful selling on Amazon, like I said in the last part of the video, it's not going to go smooth sailing. It's not going to be perfect. And the number one, biggest killer to steer away from ever being successful is to just give up. And with my products, the only way I've gotten to where I am today is to learn from my mistakes. And I wouldn't even consider them failures. Like maybe they haven't sold 3,000 to 5,000 per month, on my earlier products. But look, if I didn't give it another go, I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be talking to you guys, and wouldn't be giving advice, and going out and making courses and things like that. I just wouldn't have done that, and I wouldn't have learned everything that I have. So really, if you have a bad experience, and even if you have worst case scenario, if you really, really want to make this passive income a real thing, you can't give up. You have to go for it, and you have to, put in all your effort. But if you do have hiccups, and you do have, quote, failures, you just have to get around it. You just have to get back up and try it again, because the only way you're going to learn, the only way you're going to be successful is to push past your failures and to learn from you. No one successful in the world, doesn't even relate to selling on Amazon. No one in the world has been successful without failures, and it's the same when it comes to selling on Amazon. Just go through your failures and just learn from them, and then it's going to make you a better person and a better seller. When you come out at the end of it all. So they are the 3 biggest things. 1 being hesitation, 2 being a perfectionist. Don't be a perfectionist, and 3 is giving up. Make sure that you stay away from those things, and obviously on top of everything else, just make sure that you're just giving it a go, and make sure that if you're steering away from those things and you have a good mindset about it all, really with anything else in life, it all comes down to mindset, and you have to make sure that you're giving it your all and you're not giving up. When it comes to making a passive income on Amazon, with all my ventures, my passion that drove me was, I didn't want a boss, and I didn't want to, wake up dreading going to work, waking up an alarm every morning, and getting a paycheck each week. Obviously you need money, and you can't just give up on your job just to go and, start Amazon straight away. But I basically, made those factors of me not wanting to get up to an alarm every morning, and basically me not wanting to go to a job where, you didn't have someone that you could look up to, and you didn't have, positive energy around you. I just didn't want that, and I wanted to work for myself, and I wanted to live passively, and I wanted to start making money online. I didn't want to have to trade my time for money. That's the biggest thing, and that's what drove me. And you guys would have probably other driving factors. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. It could be your kids, it could be your family, it could be something completely different. Maybe you want to travel. Make sure that you have that driving factor. Make sure that you stay away from these 3 things that I've mentioned. And lastly, of course, we've got to have the plug-in, guys. Now, if you're looking to start selling on Amazon and you're an Aussie, I have a course that's just been released recently. It's called Amazon Seller Excellence. Basically a step-by-step guide on how to sell on Amazon if you're living from Australia. And there's not a lot of courses out there. There's not really anything that I can think of when it comes to selling on Amazon for Aussies, because it goes through how to create a business, how to create a company, how to do everything with your taxes, Aussie taxes and everything step by step. And it's just a full guide on how to sell on Amazon and how to basically scale it to to the point where it's even 10K plus per month in profit. So if that's something that you're interested in, first link down in the description below. We've already got a lot of students in the course, and we've already got a lot of happy students as well. And for the first 50 people, we're doing a promo, which is $100 off for the course. It's already a lot cheaper than a lot of the courses out there, but it's $100 off, so it's even cheaper if you're the first 50 that are in. And if you can't pay the full amount of the course, I've even got a payment plan for you guys. So you can basically pay the first half in the first month, still get full access in the first month, and then you can pay the rest off in the second month. So apart from that, guys, if you're interested in that, click the link below. So yeah, like I said, guys, a lot of happy students in the course. First link down in the description below if that's something you're interested in. Check it out and enroll in the course if you're looking to get started selling on Amazon. But apart from that, guys, that is all I have to say for this video today. I'll see you guys in the next one.